Gaskins.
How are y'all doing? Thank you so much for being here. I just want to thank Ford. This commercial, the part she talked about is actually not in here, so it's probably one of the other versions. This was my first production, of this magnitude. I'm just a country boy from Florida, and I started building my brand online in 2009. I wrote a book in 2007 and really was trying to break a generational curse, because when I grew up, I saw three options, and that was I could be overworked and underpaid like my parents. I could be a pro athlete like Tracy McGrady. We're from the same town, Arbondale, Florida. Or I could be a drug dealer like my cousins. And I tried all three. I tried to play sports, got a full football scholarship for college. When I was in college, I got hurt. So when I got hurt, I decided I would be a drug dealer. And nothing major, just kind of looking up to my cousins. 3 years into my scholarship, I got kicked off the team because I wasn't focused. Worrying about the ladies, worrying about being cool. I went home, and it was at that time, and I said it on another version of this piece. If you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. And I tweeted that in 2011, after I was already on this journey, but I was balancing the dream with the job. I was working 40 hours a week for somebody else and 40 hours a week for myself. And I had a wife and a son. And I was just trying to change my life. And after walking that line, tiptoeing one side to the other, I finally just tapped into my gifts, tapped into my purpose. I speak around the world. I've spoken on 3 different continents, over 10 different countries. But I grew up not saying 10 words. I'm still not a speaker today. But yet, that's what I was called to. And it was a breakthrough that happened for me in 2010. I believe it was Alicia Keys. She retweeted me. She retweeted one of my tweets, and after that, I saw P. Diddy retweeting me, Rev Run, Tyrese, and it just began to grow. In 2010, I was called by the NBA to start speaking to the NBA rookies and the top 100 high school basketball players. 2011, I was able to walk away from my job where I was being paid $9.50 an hour as a counselor in a group home. Fast forward to today, I'm a life coach in the NBA exclusively with one team. I coach a lot of different celebrities. It's a lot of rumors out there, the blogs. For some reason, the bloggers, y'all writers, they don't bother me. I haven't been bothered by gossip or media takeout. I think it comes from my version of being unstoppable, which first means is to be a one-woman man, to be faithful to your wife, and to love her with all of your heart. And that's what my message was birthed from. So although I travel the world, I am 100% faithful to my wife, even when I'm alone. And I told online, I said, if you can find somebody that's sleeping with Tony Gaskins, I give you $10 million. I don't have it to give, but I can make that bet because I know I won't have to, own up to it. That's my version of being unstoppable. After that is taking care of your kids. I got a 9-year-old boy and I got a 2-year-old boy. Raising them in the home, setting an example, teaching them how to be a man. And then after that, it's building your dream. Like I said, I went from working for somebody else. My last W-2 I saw was $19,900. $19,900. That was 2010. And I built a 7-figure, going on 8-figure brand. All purpose based. I've never had a staff on salary. I've never had a manager. I've never had a publicist. I've never had an agent. I've never had a team. I built from within, purpose-based, not chasing money, but trying to leave a legacy. And when I took my focus off of money, and I started saying, instead of focusing on how many dollars I can make, I want to focus on how many lives I can touch. My Facebook started reaching 40 million people a week. Didn't have to pay for an ad. Started with 34 followers on Twitter and built to over 2.5 million. So I tell everybody today, I mind my own business, I stay out of the way, and I'm just trying to change the world. If you hear anything about me, it's a lot, unless you talk to me. But today, I just want to thank you all for being here. Again, thank Ford, I thank Essence. Be unstoppable in everything that you do. And that's why I'm working with Ford, because they're dedicated to going further and being unstoppable. Thank you all so much. God bless you.